Now, I've been hiking and backpacking in Colorado for about 15 years now, and it's been everything and more than I thought it would be. So today I want to tell you about three of those great backpacking trips. So stand by. You don't want to miss this. There are literally years worth of backpacking trips a person can plan here in Colorado. The longest continuous backpacking trail in Colorado is the Colorado Trail at just under 500 miles. I have a slideshow of that trail on this channel that I did in 2018 before I started doing all this video stuff. And I've done several Colorado Trail section hikes on this channel. I also have a Colorado backpacking playlist here that has 28 videos on it. So check out all that at your leisure. But this video is different in that it is a summary video of several Colorado backpacking trips. I'll make more of these summary videos later, as there are just so many more great backpacking trips in Colorado. I couldn't fit them all in one video, but for now, let's look at just a few. We'll start this list off with a lower elevation backpacking trip to get you warmed up. Don't be fooled by the lower elevation and thinking that it will be a less spectacular or a less Colorado kind of a backpacking trip. After one of my earlier hikes in this area, I was inspired to write about it because it was so underrated. Check it out on my website. It's the Lost Creek Wilderness Area. There are many different hikes and backpacking trips a person can do in this wilderness area, but for today, I want to highlight the 40-ish mile loop that takes you from the Ute Creek trailhead, encircling the southern portion of the wilderness area, through meadows and gulches, along creeks, exploring parks, and up and down and all over and up to 11,000 feet just below McGurty Mountain and Bison Peak, where you'll enjoy a full view of the Sawatch, 10 Mile, and Sangre de Cristo mountain ranges. It's spectacular. The image here is from the All Trails app. I just added a leg on from the Ute Creek trailhead up to the Brookside McGurty Trail. The unique rock formations throughout this wilderness area will leave you awestruck and yearning to come back for more, as I have nearly every year. The very cruisy miles along the gulches and parks will help you relax into your stride and give you a sense of wonder in these very peaceful surroundings. But before long, you will rise up above all that for some amazing views. There are waterless segments along this trail, but the meandering Lost Creek, from which this area is named, will appear and disappear, sometimes without reason and mysteriously, and give you an appreciation of nature like no other place in Colorado. And for the curious, there is much history in this area for you to experience. I advise you to research this area before you take your trip to help you plan your route. Okay, so let's go a little bit further south and gain some elevation. An alternate to the more populated Maroon Bells four-pass loop near Aspen is another equally challenging and spectacular 22 miles, 6,200 feet elevation gain Rito Alto four-pass loop in the Sangre de Cristo Mountains. I spent a lot of time backpacking and hiking in the Sangres, located in southwestern Colorado. It's a place I would recommend to anyone seeking some quiet time, a bit of challenge, and a good dose of adventure. This mountain range is the southernmost sub-range of the Rocky Mountains, with 18 prominent peaks extending from Colorado and into New Mexico. This place is known for its Spanish history and its native spiritual significance. The lore and mystery of these mountains captures everyone who wanders its trails. The Rito Alto four-pass loop so far has been the most memorable backpacking trip I've taken in this range. It meanders through the interior of this range with views of both the wet mountains to the southeast and the San Luis Valley to the northwest. You won't see many people on this route. I saw only 2 other backpackers when I did it. It will be a great 2-day trip with much solitude and undisturbed beauty. As the name implies, there are 4 mountain passes along this trail, some more rugged than others, but nothing technical. And throughout the trip, there are great views for miles of peaks in all directions. One could make a longer trip by taking short excursions down to several alpine lakes not far from the trail, or break for some fishing along many of the numerous streams further down in the valleys, again, not far from the trail. On the north end of this loop is about 6 miles of Forest Service road, and you'll have to walk that. It leads up to Hermit Pass, where you may experience some traffic during the weekend. But like most of these trips, I would recommend it be done during the work week to minimize the number of people you will encounter. But that's just me. I go out to these places to get away from crowds and traffic. On the south end of the trail is the last pass, Venable Pass, with Venable Lakes right near the trail, and then following nearly 4 miles along Venable Creek until reaching the trailhead where you began. Now here's the map of the route. The All Trails map, among other trails, has this route. One area I recommend on the western slope in Colorado is the Flattops Wilderness Area. It's in the northwestern part of Colorado. The very old geological history here, evidenced by wherever you look, is mysterious, and it will take you back to when this place was a bed of volcanic activity. The views are expansive and breathtaking. It's a place that is packed with opportunities for you to pull up a rock and just sit and stare for hours. There are many loop hikes and access points in this area. The route I took will lead you to several must-see places. There are many lakes here and many very interesting geographical formations. We start at Stillwater Reservoir and climb up to one end of the Devil's Causeway before descending along the East Fork Trail, Lost Lake Trail, and the West Lost Lake Trail, following the Chinese Wall towering like 1,500 feet above you on the left. You'll then meet up with the Chinese Wall Trail and hike up a bit until you reach the high plateau and circle back around to the other end of the Devil's Causeway. The route then goes south, eventually around Trappers Lake and then into the Island Lakes area. The views all along this route are worth every step. We then reconnected with the Chinese Wall Trail and went across the Devil's Causeway. Now, the Devil's Causeway is a short but very exposed area, near 300 feet vertical drop on both sides of a very narrow walkway. Yeah. If you can manage your fear of heights, it will be a thrill. It was for me, and I'm not a big fan of that kind of exposure. We did this in 4 days. It was around 50 miles. So friends, that concludes this video. I have many more Colorado backpacking trips to recommend for you, so please subscribe. There's always more coming, and look at the other videos I have on the channel. And if you have any recommendations for backpacking trips in Colorado, let us all know in the comments down below. And as always, friends, go live like you want it, and I'll see you on the trail. Hey, this is David on Earth. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And go to the website for some deals on gear. All right, see you on the trail.